Welcome in on our first video here on KC Craps. We're going to talk craps. That's pretty much all our channel is going to be. My goal for this channel is to basically educate folks on how to play craps. It is a very intimidating game because there is so much going on, especially when you look at everything here in the middle. Plus you got all your hop bets and your make 'em all. Plus you have all your numbers over here to the side. You got your C and E down on this side, along with this side. So what does it all mean, and how can you make a profit on playing craps? So let's get started. We're going to start off by pointing out the different aspects of all our center bets, often referred to as sucker bets or one-time bets or anything along those lines. And there's a lot going on here, as you can see. So we'll start off with the easiest part, and that's your hardways and your make 'em all tall, all small. Those will go throughout the entire roll. Now, if a 7 is rolled and your button is on, I'm bringing the button over here so you can see. If the button is on, everything in here gets wiped out. Now, on your make 'em all, your all small, all tall, you can buy right back in along with your hardways just by chucking the money in and say, hey, I want back on. But if you have any numbers up here for your make 'em all that have been successfully hit, they all get wiped back to 0. So you start over. Your hardways are the same. If you get a 7 on a hardway, it wipes it out. Even if the button is off, unless you do not have the hardways working. Your make 'em all bonuses up here are always working. They never turn off. You can turn off your hardway bets on a come out roll. So if it's a come out and you've got money here and you say not working, be sure to announce that, not working the hardways. They will not work them. You will not lose those bets. Now let's go into the horn bet. The horn bet on a 12 and 2, which is right here and here, that would be paying 30 to 1, while your 11 and 3, they will pay 15 to 1. Now, if you want to do, say, a horn high bet, all right, so I'm going to throw them $10. They're going to put a horn high bet. They will place it just like such because you're asking to cover the 11 and the 12. Now, if I have $10 and an 11 comes out on a horn bet, it will pay 15 to 1. If a 12 comes out, it will pay 30 to 1. Now, with that said, this is a one-time bet. Do not forget, one-time bet on your horn bets. You can go a straight horn, and they'll put it right here in the middle. So you've got $10 on 4 spots. Now, that will divide this up into 4 increments. So if you're wanting to do, say, $10, instead of just doing $10, go ahead and throw them another 2. What that will do is it will give you $3 per bet on your horn bet on the very next roll. So let me go ahead and remove that. That's our horn bet. Our hop bets. These are also one roll hits. On your hop bets, if you play the hard ways, so let's say I want to, on the next rollout, I'm going to make sure my hard ways are turned off, and I want to hop the hard ways. I'll throw them $20. Say, hey, Stickman, I want to hop my hards. So they're going to put it on a 3-3. They're going to put it, or yes, on a 3-3. They'll put it on the 5-5. They will put it on the 4-4 and the 2-2. All right. So that's $5 per hardway that I am betting. And if on the very next roll a hardway does come, that's going to pay me 30 to 1. $30 or 30 times $5, that's a $150 hit. So as you can see, you can get some serious money on your hop bets, but the thing you need to remember, it is a one-time roll. Now on your easies, that's anything other than your hard 4, hard 6, hard 8, and hard 10, those will pay 15 to 1. So let's say the shooter I've got is rolling 9s like crazy. So on your combinations of 9, you have 6-3 or a 5-4. So I'm going to go ahead and say, here's $20. I want to hop my 9s. So what the stick man will do is he'll grab your $20, And so we're looking for our 9s, which will be a 6-3 and a 5-4. Now, if either one of those hit, that again pays 15 to 1. So $15 on, or 15 times 10, that's 150. There's another 150 right there. So your hop bets, remember, are one-time bets. Let's talk about C&E. What the heck is C&E? This is a way to do a crap check. Remember, on a come out roll, your 2, 3, and 12 are your craps. So if I've got money on my pass line, let's say I'm paying a $5 or $15 minimum table, I put $15 right there on my pass. Let me turn the camera here so you can see. I'm putting $15 right here on my pass line. I want to cover that on the come out roll. So our button is off. How much do I need to have on the C&E? Well, the C, also as the craps, pays 7 to 1. Remember, this is a one roll bet, pays 7 to 1. On my E, which is an 11, it pays 15 to 1. So to make it simple, I'm going to put a $20 C&E. Okay. Now, if a C hits 20 times, remember, it's 2 bets here, so it splits it. A 7 on 10 pays $70. An E on $10 bet, if it hits, that's $150. So if I'm paying $5 or $15, what do I need to have on my C, my crap check, in order to cover $15? Well, if we're looking at a 7 to 1, it's a little more than $2. So I'm just going to make it a $5 crap check. You just look at the stick man and say, hey, I want $5 crap check. You throw it in towards the center. Stickman will put it right there on the C. Now, each of these designate different spots here where you could be standing along the table, but we're just going to put it here for the purposes of the video. If that hits, I get paid 7 to 1. 7 times 5 is 35, plus 5 is $40. So I just made a cool $25 right there, because it'll replace the 15 that I lost, and I get another amount, a total of 35 plus the 1, it makes 40, minus 15, I get an extra quarter off of that bet. Something to consider when you're doing your come out roll. You could either play your C&E. If I'm playing my make 'em all bonus up here, I could be playing, say, the 7s, hop the 7s, or also known as Big Red. Do not call it a 7 when you're placing a bet. Just say, hey, I want 10 on Big Red. So what that'll do is it'll put it right here, $10. This pays 5-4-1 or 4 to 1. Okay, we'll discuss the 4 and 2 here in just a moment. 7 comes out on the come out roll. I get paid $50 total, or if it's 4-2-1, I get paid 40 plus my initial $10 back, which will cover that up there. If I'm playing 10-10-10, that would be 30. So we'll be set to go on that. Now you can hop the 7s, your 6-1, 5-2, your 4-3. Okay, so if I put $5 on each of those and say I'm going to hop Big Red, well, that pays 15 to 1. So if a 7 comes out in any of those combinations, I'll get paid 15 to 1 off of $5. Now remember, that is also a one roll bet. Once it's gone, it's gone. All right. Next, we'll talk about the 2 and 4. All right. You're going to see on my table specifically along here, it'll all say 4s. All right. Up here it says 25-5. It's a play on words, and it's something you need to seriously consider when you're going to play craps. If I'm paying $5 on a hard 10 and it pays me 8 for 1, they're going to give me $40 total. I lose out on that. They pay me 40. Bet is done. I can press it, but it's still the important thing to remember. 8 for 1, $40 on a $5 bet. If it says 7-2-1, that pays you $35 and you get your initial $5 back. Same thing works over here on your hard 6 and hard 8, 9-2-1 or 10-4-1. for 1. So keep that in mind. If it says 10 for 1, it's going to be a total, if you put $5 bet on it, of $50. Over here, 8 for 1 will pay you a total of $40 on a $5 bet. Now you can chuck in and say, hey, you know what, dealer, I want to cover each of my hardways, toss in $1 a piece. They'll put it right here, right here, right here, and right here. So the max I can win on a single roll on hardways currently is $10, $10, $8, $8. Pretty simple. If it says 9 to 1, remember you get your initial bet back on that type of wording. You can bet the straight yo 15 to 1. It'd be like hopping it up here. Or excuse me, actually over here on your C&E. So 15 for 1 on a yo. You can just bet the E over here for 15 to 1. Works the same way. If you want to hop it, a 1 roll bet, 6-5 isn't up here. You put it right here, 15 for 1. That's where they will put it. If you bet any craps, you get 8 for 1. What did I say about this over here? It pays 7 to 1 or 8 for 1. So you could see your C&E right here. If you say, give me $20 C, crap check. They could put it right here. They could put it right here. It just depends on spacing, if this is all maxed out or whatnot, but they can put it right here as well. It's the same exact bet in either location. Do not forget that. So that pretty much covers everything here in the center. All of our sucker bets, 1 roll bets, your hardways, your make 'em alls, your hot bets. That's everything. Just remember, if you're playing the bonus up here or the hardways, those are throughout the roll. If you're playing a hot bet or any of these bets, they are all 1 roll bets along with your C&E. Those are all 1 roll bets. Do not forget. So I'm wanting to play $15 on the pass line. I'm wanting to do a 3-way crap check. I'm going to throw a $5 bill on it. I get this. So a crap check pays 7 to 1 or 8 for 1. That gives me 40 bucks. That comes down. Now, they will leave it there unless you say, I want to collect on that bet. Otherwise, it will stay there. You'll get the 35. The $5 will stay right there for the very next come out. Now, if it comes out again and it comes out, say, a 2, you again get paid right another $35. You lose that, but the $35, you're making $20. That stays there unless you say you want to collect it. Do not forget that. If you're wanting to collect it on a 1 roll, be sure to say, yes, I want my bet back. Horn bet works the same way. I bet a horn, $10 horn, okay? An 11 comes out, you know, I'm making 15 to 1. They will pay me $150. That $10 stays there, but I can say collect it, and you'll get your initial bet back. Your hardways will stay there as well. If I get a hard 4, I've got 10 bucks on it. That'll give me 80. It'll stay there. I can press it. If you hit this and say, hey, I just got 80 bucks. So what they'll do is they'll collect your $80. Here's my pay, and I'm going to say parlay. Parlay my hard 4. Well, now I've got 15 plus 75, 90. $90 hard 4. That comes again, $90 times 8, that's $720 right there on a 1 roll of a hard 4. Now let's look at our place bets here on our 2 through 12. It's very simple. The easiest thing to remember is that 6 and 8 must be done in multiples of 6. So if I'm wanting to put, say, $5 on a 6, it will actually be $6 because it must be done in $6 increments. The rest of the table, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, can be done in $5 increments. So how does it pay? So let's say we're going to, we'll do this simple. I'm going to put $10 worth of bets on my 6 and 8. So I'll have to have 12. That will pay $14. On my 5, if I put it $10 right here, again, same magical number, $15. Now here's where it starts to get a little more complicated. Just remember, everything that I cover on this side basically will mirror my 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So if 5 on a $10 bet pays 14, my $10 bet on a 4, this pays 2 to 1 with a 5% commission. You will have a 5% commission also on the 3 and on the 2. So keep that in mind when placing your bets. So a 4 pays a 2 to 1. So on a $10 bet, it will be $20 minus a 5% VIG, which would be $1. $10 on a 3. Your 3 and your 11 pay 3 to 1. So that would be $30 minus your 5% commish. Your 2 and your 12 pay 6 to 1. So $10 pays $60, and then I would have to pay a $3 VIG or commission on the 2, a $2 commission on the 3, and a $1 commission on the 4 for every $20. Good way to remember it, $20, $1 on your VIG or your commission. On your come bets, now there are no odds here on the come bet, so we will briefly skip over that. On your field bet, now this pays a true 1 to 1 except for the 2 and the 12. So if I'm sitting here and I throw a quarter up here, most places will pay 2 to 1 on your 2 and your 12. You can find some casinos that will pay you 3 to 1 on your 12, and it will still be 2 to 1 on your 2. So if I put 25 and I get a 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, that gives me a straight $25 back. If it lands on a 2, well, I just won 50 bucks. Pretty simple. Same thing if a 12 comes, I win 50 bucks. Pretty easy when you're going to lay that up. So let's talk about the pass line bet. We're going to make it simple. We're going to put $25 here on our pass line, and we're going to talk to you about the odds that go on behind the actual pass line bet. And most places you will see 3, 4, 5 times, meaning if a 4 or a 10 is there, you can put up to 3 times behind the pass line for your odds. A 5 and 9 would be 4, a 6 and 8 would be 5, 3, 4, 5. Those are the odds that you can have behind your pass line. Your 3 and 2 and your 11 and 12, well, those work the same as they are up here. When you have your place bets up here on the 2, 3, 4, 10, 11, 12, there is a 5% VIG. Remember that, a commission, if you will. So for every dollar you win, there's a 5% commission, except behind the pass line. This is a commission-free or VIG-free bet. That's why you will hear most people will say, hey, maximize your odds behind the pass line so that you get true odds. It's the best bet in the house as far as odds are concerned. So if I have $25 there and I land on, let's say, a 4, well, there's $75. If my point is 5, it's $100. If my point is 6, it's $125. Same thing works on an 8, 9, 10, so on and so forth. Now, you will run into some casinos that will say, hey, you get 10 times odds. If you've got 10 times odds on $25, that's $250, which is a nice chunk of change, especially if a 2 hits 6 to 1, $250. Well, that's what? $500, $1,000, $1,500, $1,500 that you would win on a $250 bet if a 2 or a 12 hits and you've got $250 there. So as far as the wager back here, it is 2 to 1 on a 4 and 10. It pays 3 to 2 on a 5 or 9 and 6 to 5 on a 6 or an 8. So let's simplify this. I've got $100 back here on my pass line odds. All right. If I get a 4, well, that pays me $200 on a 4. If it is a 5, all right. Now remember, the odds go a little bit differently. So if I have $100 back on my 5 and it pays 3 to 2, the same as it does up here, all right, $100 pays 100. 25 plus 15, 140. If I have $100 on a 6 or an 8, that pays a little bit different. It pays a 6 to 5. Now, I know that sounds kind of funny money when you are talking about, well, odds and how they work. The easiest way that I remember is if I'm doing a $30 bet on a 6 or an 8, I would win $35. So if you did 35 divided by 30, it would be 1.66. So 1.66 times $100 pays $116.66 or $116 straight up. So there's 100, 15, and 16. Plus, you also get the $25 bet. It pays 1-to-1 every time. Don't forget that. Anytime you get your payment out on your pass line odds or even up here, double count. People are human. Mistakes do happen. And there is nothing wrong with a mistake being made as long as it is caught. Just be like, hey, I'm supposed to get such and such amount. I only got this. And they will quickly and easily take care of that. Now let's talk about actually placing bets. It's a pretty simple game, as I have discussed. There is a lot going on the table. So let's simplify how we play this game. First and foremost, you must remember, if you are shooting the dice, you must always play the pass line. Think of the pass line as an ante in poker. If there is a $5 ante, that means every time you play, you have to put in $5 to play. Pass line works the same. It can be played on the table minimum. You'll see $5 tables, a $10 table, $15, $25, even $50 or $100 sometimes, depending on where you're playing, what time of the day you're playing, and if it's in the high roller room. I'm just going to put $25 here for simplistic terms, and we're going to do a quick run out. So one of the simplest methods is known as the iron cross, where you play the 5, 6, 8 field bet pass line. It's very simple. It allows you to put a little bit of money in and try to recoup on what you're investing very quickly. So you will see a lot of people who will play, $85 across. You can also do 10, 12, and 12. If you're playing a $5 table, you can play 5, 6, and 6. I typically play at the $25 level. That's just what I am personally comfortable with. So I'm going to go 5, 6, 8, and I'm going to put $30 on the 6 and 8. Now this will be the come out roll, and I'm going to go ahead and actually play the come out roll just because I want to see or try to maximize my profits with every roll that I take. I'm going to set some money here off to the side, make it easier for payouts so that you can see what's going on and I can kind of show you as we play. Here we go. I'm going to set up my 6-6 setup. So again, I've got 4s in the front, 3s in the back, 1s on the bottom, 6-6, hard 12 on top. Here's the come out roll. Here we go. What do we get? We got a 3-1-4. Now, as you can see, nothing on the 4. I can't collect that, but I do collect it off of this. I'm going to say put it on the 4, and my point now is 4. Now, why would I go ahead and put that $25 on the 4? A lot of people will call it just an extra bet. What I like to do is I like to have it there. I'll eventually get all my numbers set, and then I don't have to worry about shifting the money left or right. It just stays right there. If it hits, I press it for the next time it comes around. If not, I lose it, so on and so forth, or it just actually will just sit there. All right, so our point is 4. I'm setting up my hard 12, got my $25 on the field bet. Let's see what we get. We get a 6-4-10. All right, 6-4. I'm going to get $25 here on the field. I'm going to go ahead and put it on that 10. I haven't really lost anything. I've made $50. Let's grab our dice. And I'll keep playing that field bet till I get my numbers filled up. All right, here we go. Toss the dice. We get a 6-5-11. Yo, we'll get a quarter for that. I'm going to go ahead and toss it up here on my 11. That's another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about. If I won $25 on this, don't ever place the money up here on these numbers yourself. Just say, hey, can I get my 11? Or hey, can I get my 12? Or whatever it is. They will take care of that for you. All right, get our dice set up. Let's see what our next roll comes out to be. We get, now they're gonna call this, I just want you guys to see this. I don't know if you can. Let me take a look on my camera. Yes, exactly. See how it's sitting at an angle right here? They're gonna go ahead and call that a 12, a 6-6 hard 12, because it will continue to roll that way. So that gives us 12, midnight, which is nice because as we look at our pay here on the field bet, I get 2 to 1, $50. Now I'm gonna say, hey, I cover my 12, and then why not cover my 2 at the same time? So again, I'm still on my initial bet that I had down there, all the way across. The only thing I've added, or only investment I have, is this $85 plus the 25 plus the 125. All right, let's roll again. I've got my hard 12. I have a 415, 415. Now I lose my field bet, which is okay. They're gonna pay me $35. Whoops, one too many. 35. So I'm gonna take this, put it right back here. I'm gonna kick them 15, and I'm gonna say, bump my 5 up to 50. Next roll. Set up my hard 12 with my 4s in front. Toss it down. We get, wow, that's big. That's a hard 12, midnight, boxcars, whatever you want to call it. So that's going to pay, do you guys remember how much that's going to pay? It's going to pay 6 to 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. $150. Now remember, there is a 5% VIG, but for this video, I'm just trying to make it easy, not adding a whole bunch of math. Let's just call it $150. Now I'm going to go ahead and cover my 9 and my 3, and I'm going to take that down. Remember, I still get paid on that, which was $50, but now I have all my numbers up top covered. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to continue on and see what we can bump this up to. Got my boxcars. I get snake eyes. 1-1, which is nice because that pays 6 to 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to do a little pressy press. I'm going to add 3. Let's press the extremes. 2, 3, and then 11 and 12. Collect a little $50 action right there. Let's set up the hard 6 again, or hard 12. We get hard 4. That's the point. So, as you can see, on a crapless table or even craps, you can make a lot of money fast, but the thing is you can also lose a lot of money fast. So let's reset this. I want to show you another method. I'm not going to do full playouts on this. I'm just trying to give you a quick little rundown of what to expect when you're playing craps. Just very, very basic, rudimentary, so that if you were to walk onto a craps table, you kind of have an idea of what's going on and can get started and be successful straight out the gate. All right, we're actually going to keep track this time. I'm going to see how much we can collect on a full roll. The point is off, and we're going to start our betting. So again, field, 5, 6, 8. I'm going to add in $10 because remember, 6 and 8, we want them to be at payoff of 6 or placed bets of $6 increments. The point is off. Let's roll. I've got my boxcars right here. We get a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, So $25 will pay us a quarter. I'm going to go ahead and toss that on my 3. Let's set up for the next roll. Got my box cars. We get a 549. 549. 9. Get paid a quarter. Hey, dealer. Can we have that 9? Oh, I forgot to mark my point, which is a 3. You guys didn't call me out on that. There you go. So 9 pays. We've got 25 on there. It'll pay 35 on the next hit. Set up our box cars. We get a 2-2 hard 4. We like hardways. So there's a quarter for that. We'll go ahead and bump that up to our 4. Remember, we haven't collected anything yet. I'm just getting my numbers up top covered. There's my box cars with the 4s in the front. Uh-oh, dice off the table. That is not good. It did land on the 3 on the ground with a 2 up here, so that will be a re-roll. You'll see a lot of people that'll be like, uh-oh, dice off the table, turn my bets off, 1 roll. If you ever turn your bets off, friendly piece of advice, turn them off for 2 rolls, not just 1. Go ahead and turn it off for 2 rolls back to back. All right, here's my box cars. We get a 5-5-10, hard 10. I like hard 10. So that's going to pay us a quarter. We're going to go ahead and place it up there on our 10. There it is. Should have been playing hardways, I guess. Wow, smokeroonies. I'd be missing out on some money. But again, this isn't, not talking about that. We're just talking about basic bets here in front of us. We don't need to get into all the prop bets or sucker bets or whatever they want to call them. Not today. We get a 7 out. 4, 3, 7. 7 out. And that's craps for you. Really, we didn't lose much. We lost, what, 50, 75, 85 dollars plus 100. So we lost 110. That's all we lost, $110. Didn't win anything, lost 110. This is why you should walk in with a 10-time bankroll, depending on the levels that you want to play. So if I'm wanting to play $85 on the 5, 6, 8 plus the $25 there, that's $105. So I need to come in with about $1,100 just so that I can cover 10 rolls. 10 rolls is about the average where you could possibly see something beneficial in your behalf, as far as like not necessarily a god roll, but somebody's hitting, say, a lot of hardways, or they go on about a 20-30 minute roll, hit a couple points, make you a little bit of money, hit it and get out. It's going to happen. You just have to be prepared to get your money in and get your money back out. So that is the Iron Cross method. There are several different methods within which you can play. You just need to find what works best for you on your bankroll, on your budget, what you have available to you to spend when you come to play craps. That's all the time we have for today. We discussed prop bets, which is your sucker bets, your hardways, your make 'em alls, your hot bets. We even talked about placing bets on the numbers, the field, and the pass line. We did discuss odds a little bit. There is a lot of information there to digest. No worries. We will continue to work on this, build on it, look for strategies on how to take advantage of those odds. Please consider giving us a subscribe. Hit that like button. If you've got questions, comments, leave them down below in the comment section. As for today, that's all the time we have. We'll see you next time on KC Craps.